let's look at the Book of Mormon. Let's test it and see if it matches the test. We watched the DVD on the Bible versus the Book of Mormon, and we saw the lack of archaeological evidence for the book. First of all, Joseph Smith claimed that it contains the record of the ancient inhabitants of America. There were 2 migrations, he claimed, are described in the Book of Mormon. The first one to America occurred in 2250 BC by Jared and his family. The second migration happened in 600 BC by Lehi and his family. These 2 people groups grew into various nations throughout the North American and the Southern American continents in order to produce all these people. And eventually the 2 nations, the Nephites and the Lamanites, ended up fighting each other until eventually the Lamanites killed off all the Nephites. Now this is the chronology according to the Book of Mormon, the chronology of the ancient inhabitants of America. But yet, as we saw in the Bible versus the Book of Mormon DVD and in DNA versus the Book of Mormon, both of those DVDs document the lack of archaeological evidence for these people. Indeed, we see, as Thomas Murphy, featured on both of those films, stated in his article on Lamanite Genesis, Genealogy, and Genetics, he said, LDS archaeologists D.F. Green and Deanne G. Matheny have been critical of naive attempts to link the Book of Mormon to archaeological sites. Lifelong efforts by Brigham H. Roberts and Thomas S. Ferguson ended in personal disillusionment. Genetic evidence poses similar difficulties. When asked about DNA evidence, Michael Crawford, a biological anthropologist at the University of Kansas, stated, I don't think there is one iota of evidence that suggests a lost tribe from Israel made it all the way to the New World. It is a great story slain by ugly fact. Great story slain by ugly fact. So there's no evidence genetically that the people of the American continent, the Lamanites, as the Book of Mormon claims, came from Israel, when in reality the evidence points to Asia as a source of their migration. And all the other sites they've looked for. I have here a map of 2 views of the Book of Mormon geography. And as you saw in the DVD, the LDS Church of today does not point to either one of these places as the source of the Book of Mormon. They take no official position because none of the sites will match up exactly to the geography as the Book of Mormon claims. So you have 2 views of the Book of Mormon. The traditional view that has been held for years and is consistent with Joseph Smith's claims concerning the Book of Mormon was that the Book of Mormon peoples populated both North, Central, and South America. You had the Hill Cumorah up here in upstate New York. And then you had the Nephite landing down there in Chile. And that all of these people populated the entire continent. And yet, what do you have when you study the genetic evidence? Well, they find that all of these Indians that they fingerprinted, looking at the DNA evidence, point to Asia as the source of their genetic background. So it could not have been of Israel. So what do? Well, that doesn't quite fit. If all of these people populated North, Central, and South America, why is it they can't find even one trace of Jewish origin for these people? So that doesn't quite fit. So a lot of the archaeologists or the people that are trying to study Fair and Farms, LDS apologists who try to support the Book of Mormon, they're now pointing to Central America, Mesoamerica as they call it, as the place for the origin of the Book of Mormon. But the problem with this is then they have to move the Hill Cumorah down here to Mesoamerica and the Nephite landing down there in Central America as well. But does that fit with the rest of LDS Scripture? Well, you go to Doctrine and Covenants, section 54, verse 8. It shows that the land of Missouri borders the Lamanites. Joseph Smith sent someone to the land of Missouri, which he said borders the Lamanites. That's up here in North America. So if you have a localized view of the Book of Mormon origins being in Mesoamerica, as you look at all the maps, you go to the LDS bookstore today, and you go down there and I need some evidence of the Book of Mormon archaeological. What do you have? They'll give you these little like maps or things that Farms and Ferris produced to try to speculate these Mayan ruins as to where the Book of Mormon places are. And yet, they still can't be specific as to exact locations. Well, we think it's over here, or we think it's over there. Even then, they can't be exact. And they're pointing to Mesoamerica, but yet Doctrine and Covenants has the Lamanites bordering in Missouri, the borders of Missouri being where the Lamanites are. So that just does not fit even their other scripture when you talk about the Book of Mormon and Doctrine and Covenants. It doesn't fit together to come up with this limited geography view. Steel and copper, both mentioned in the Book of Mormon, did not exist at the time of the writing between 600 BC and 421 AD. We didn't even have the process to be able to make steel at that time. Joseph Smith, in the Book of Mormon, there's a description of a compass that people used in being able to migrate across the ocean. But compasses did not exist then either. It was 1,800 years before a compass. The technology was developed in order to have a compass.
What about scimitar, a curved sword?
In Enos 1:20 in the Book of Mormon. It was unknown in 500 BC. They didn't have curved swords like that. And we also see cow, horse, ox, ass, goats mentioned in the Book of Mormon. But none of those animals are shown to have been in America prior to Columbus, the time of Columbus in 1492. And Nephite coins, all mentioned in the Book of Mormon and Alma chapter 11, we see no evidence whatsoever of their coinage. Yet we can go to Jerusalem and to different sites in Israel, and we can find the coins of that era that are mentioned in the Bible. But you don't find any Sions or Esroms or Sinoms or Antis that Alma chapter 11 describes in the Book of Mormon. So just as Thomas Murphy notes in DNA versus the Book of Mormon and the Bible versus the Book of Mormon DVDs, you take all of the pieces of the puzzle and you put all that together with not even one sign of evidence for the Book of Mormon. When you put it all together, yes, they'll find little things, well, maybe it could be this, and a lot of conjectures thrown out. But you put all the pieces of the puzzle together and you say, well, there's high question as to whether this is a true historical document.